a guard dog inside. You know, don't come and knock in here. You know, so I'm just so amazed by the people in Japan, the way they're dealing with this catastrophe, with the earthquake and the tsunami, and now with that horrible nuclear accident. So I've never been a big fan of nuclear. Actually, that's not true. I'm a big fan of nuclear power. We have a totally safe reactor, one big, beautiful reactor site at 93 million miles away, putting out clean energy all the time. That's my nuclear reactor, the sun. And it puts lots of power down the earth. I know, because I'm harvesting it. So I started doing all this stuff, and, you know, I could now retire. Not because I was ever a leading man. I've never been a leading man, as you probably noticed. I've been a supporting actor and happy to have that. It's a fine living, but not a superstar, not big income. So I'm not retiring because I have so much money. I have something I think every bit as good as having money. What is that, you wonder? What's as good as having a lot of money? Not needing a lot of money. That's what's as good as having a lot of money. My monthly bills are so low. Why? Because I'm not buying $4 a gallon gasoline. I'm driving around my electric car as I did today. I'm riding around on the public transportation system here. I've got my tap pass for the MTA. Thank you. A hand for public transportation. You know, I'm riding my bicycle. I don't belong to a gym. The world is my gym. I get around from point A to point B on my bicycle. I walk. I quite deliberately move to a neighborhood where I can walk most places, to the market, the bank, and everything, and all that stuff. So my bills are very low. When I have to go up to San Francisco, I don't spend a lot of money on airfare. I drive up there, my wife's Prius, and get up there for very little money on that. When I go to New York sometimes, if I have the 3 days I drive there in the Prius, it's cheaper than flying and less CO2 than burning kerosene at 31,000 feet, what have you. So I do all this stuff. I'm harvesting the, solar hot water for showers and laundry. I'm growing a lot of food in my backyard. I have olive trees. I cure the olives out in the front parking strip. Everything that I've done, even down to my fence. I've got a recycled plastic fence made out of old milk jugs. Rochelle fought me on that one, Liam. She said, if I see low-fat labels and barcode in our fence, she literally thought it's going to be like ground-up milk jugs. You're going to see them. I said, no, they grind it up into pellets or something to make new fence out of it. She fought me because, she heard and she was correct. It costs a little more than wood, but I don't want to be taking down trees. I'm always saying, don't take down those trees. And now I'm going to order them to take down trees by buying new 2x4s and 4x4s, but I had to do something. This is mid-90s, and I had this fence that the previous owners in the 70s, before I ever moved into the house, the previous owners had put up a nice fence in the 70s. Now it's 1990-something. The only reason this fence was standing was the termites were holding hands. It was literally, I'm constantly getting little drywall screws and trying to screw it together in corner brackets, but the wood is rotten and what have you. The neighbors are complaining it looks like tobacco road. It's very bad. And so I finally say, I'm going to get a new fence. And Michelle says, about time. I'll go help you pick out the wood. I said, no, it's going to be recycled plastic. And she pitched a fit about the look, and I assuaged her fears on that. I said, it's going to be white. You won't know until you touch it. It's not painted white wood. She said, well, what does it cost? Because we were not doing as well in the mid-90s. I was doing okay, but we didn't have a lot of spare cash. And she said, it costs more money. We can't afford it. You got to go with the wood. I said, honey, first of all, you've got to buy recycled, because if you don't buy recycled, you're not really recycling. A bold statement, but I said it and I mean it. I mean, it's a good thing to put this stuff in the bin. I don't want anybody to stop doing that. As I said, it's a gateway drug to further environmental activism. But putting in the bin is really good. It's so good, it's like hitting a baseball in the bleachers. You just hit a baseball in the bleachers. Why would you only run to second base? You don't run. Go all the way round in a circle and buy recycled. Then you're supporting the recycling market. Where does all that stuff go? You want to make new stuff out of it. You want to support that market so that they continue to make new stuff out of it. So I finally wore it down. She said, well, it's your money. I'm not giving you a nickel for it. You want to buy the fence? It's expensive. Go ahead and do it. A few years later, I said, Rochelle, could you come to the window, please? Yeah, what's up? What do you want? Look out there. What are the neighbors doing? Something I used to do. What? They got a paintbrush. You're painting their fence. What does that mean to me? I said, remember you said the extra money? That costs money and time. And she said, I know what paint costs you, moron. You're still in the hole.